Hello, everybody. I am excited. I don't know about you, but our guest, I want to actually come to you. How are you feeling today? How are you? And I am so excited, like I said. And at the same time, this is needed. We need to connect. We need to understand each other. We need to tell each other stories and where we come from and what we do so we can be able to inspire and influence and talk to and motivate also each other in our daily life. Now, today, my guest is Danielle Yon, and she's an army veteran, so don't be scared. Okay, she knows her stuff, and also she's a business owner in London, Leighton, East London. Now, Danielle is a co-founder of We All Fit Limited. It's a family business run and from 2019 to support East London professionals with holistic bespoke health and well-being service. Yes, I want to know more about that too, okay? And she will tell us. Now, through her own experience, she has recognized the power and great need for supportive and resourceful business about within our community, which is why she is so passionate. You will see that. I'm telling you, she is superwoman about network and grow, and she will tell us what is network and grow. What is it about? And in a perfect world, business would collaborate and flourish together, in turn creating a happy, healthy, and prosperous community. I am yet to see that happens for the benefit of the members, which is why she created this opportunity. Now, before we can go any further, I would love to Danielle, how you doing?
Hello, Barke. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I'm very excited and I do feel a little bit nervous, which is a good thing, I guess.
Nervous? Nervous for what?
I think it's just, we make up stories in our head how it's going to go. And sometimes it doesn't go that way. Sometimes it goes better than what we expected. And it's all in the mind, isn't it? We're all constantly just in our mind creating endless possibilities. And when we get there in the here and now, it's like, oh, wow, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And because most of the time we think it's always going to be bad, don't we? Oh, what if this happens? But no, it's so far so good. So thank you so much for having me. Oh,
You Yeah. So I'm excited because at the end of the day, you've done so many things in your life. Can you tell us where it all started at a young age? Or what was it like to be Danielle?
that's a good question. You were breaking up a little bit, but I think I got the question that where it all started and from a young age, what was it like for me? Is that correct? Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so basically, I'll tell you where I come from because people meet me and that's the first thing they ask, where are you from? So I actually come from an island between South Africa and Brazil called St. Helena Island. Hello to all the saints out there representing. And I left with my family when I was about 16. I joined the fire service for 4 years, and then I signed up to join the military when I was 22, and I did that for 6 years. People know how old I is now, and yeah, I always thought that I was meant to serve in a service, and that's what I did when I believed that, it wasn't until I was in the military and then I suffered clinical depression And at that point, I thought I wanted to be a PE teacher. So I started looking at self-help, and I thought, okay, I will go and look for universities and colleges that are willing to let me do courses on becoming a PE teacher. But I actually got ill from being clinically depressed, and I suffered a TIA stroke in 2019, I believe that was in February. And I actually had to leave the military due to a diagnosis called conversion disorder, which is a neurodiverse condition. And when I got ill, something shifted. And I know this is going to sound crazy, and people are going to be like, "Oh," but I do feel like I died. I felt like, and I'm not talking about my physical body. I feel like when I got ill and my mum found me on the floor and I was unconscious for however long, when I woke up, I was a different person. I wasn't the same person anymore. My desires changed, and I had to learn to speak properly again because I was stuttering all the time. I couldn't speak, and I couldn't walk for a little bit. I think for about 6 weeks, I was a shuffling penguin. Me and my family always laugh about that. I'd be going doing my laundry shuffling because I couldn't walk. And yeah, so I had to learn to run and walk and all that stuff again. But it's interesting because I didn't want to be a PE teacher anymore. I didn't want to, how can I say this? I didn't want to work in the way that I was working up to that point in my life. Something switched, and I thought, I'm going to start my own business. It just came to me that I wanted to start my own business. And shortly after that, I met my husband, who I work with now with We All Fit. And we created We All Fit in September 2019. So without sounding so woo-woo, that is how I ended up becoming an entrepreneur. Barke, can you hear me okay? I think we've lost Barke on the mic.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're back. Yes. Hello, Barke? Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. It's dipping in and out. Mm. Mm. No, it's completely gone now. think we're just experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty, so Barke should be back in just a minute. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just share a little bit about one, what it was like to start a business as a first time, and there's this idea of business, be it, especially from the background I come from, really. So it's more of a personal perception. It might not be the case for you, but from my personal perception, starting a business has this idea of luxury living and this idea of you having to have massive wealth, and you having to have an understanding of how money works, but it's all very overrated. And as a child, I used to think that it was impossible for me to even think about starting a business until I realized when I started my own business, it was nothing like what I thought it would be. It wasn't, it wasn't this driving a Bentley idea, living to a rap song, nothing like that. It was when I became an entrepreneur, I finally started living a unique life, which is interesting because I come from two service backgrounds. I was in the fire service and then I was in the army, and they're services that are very regimented and very strict and very strategic. There's a time scale. And when I became an entrepreneur, and I'm still getting down to grips with that now, is nothing is that strategic in life. Nothing is that regimented in life. And when you're an entrepreneur, there are so many strategies, and there's so many regiments, and there's so many ideas, and there's so many approaches. But none of those actually fit my daily lifestyle as an entrepreneur, which is when I had to be adventurous and understand that instead of trying to fit my business into somebody else's perception or their experience of what they think a successful business looks like, that won't be success for me, because that I want something different. My mind is different. My desires are different. And it really broke down the barriers of what successful entrepreneurship looks like for me. Yeah, and so I find it interesting that no entrepreneur's schedule is the same. No entrepreneur has the same idea of what success looks like. It looks completely different. Yes. Yeah. So I'm a mom as well. You can probably hear my kids scream in the background. And the nice thing about being an entrepreneur is, although you're quite free to choose, and you have to understand that your choices have repercussions. So if I take a whole week off, I might not be able to pay my bills. If my income depends on me being actively physically there. And we could talk all day about types of businesses where you're actively there, or where it's computerized, how automated, whatever you want it to be. But my point is, when it comes to the discipline, I find it still a challenge to commit my time and my energy to one task based on my day. So I homeschool as well. So even though I want my son to learn at 11 o'clock, sometimes we don't get started till 11:30. And if there isn't some level of flexibility, but also discipline as well, in saying, no, times are for my family, my children, and these times are for my work. That's the only time I'm going to book clients, or that's the only time I'm going to send orders. Then stuff starts to break down. And one thing I noticed with myself, I become very angry when I overwork. I become very lethargic. I can't think straight. And then entrepreneurship becomes a bit of a bore. It becomes a bit like you working for someone else, which isn't the point really, because when you become an entrepreneur, you want that level of freedom, that adventurousness. You want to push your limits. Some people want to make millions. Some people just want to pay their bills. And when it becomes all about you constantly working and constantly sacrificing your energy, your time, and your effort, discipline has to come in. And I'm very grateful for Mike of WheelFit for always reminding me, look, you need to set up a schedule. And it's taken me 3 years to try and get that down, but I do feel like it is an experience we have to go through sometimes as entrepreneurs, and it's very important not to let people beat you up about that, about how you spend your time, because one thing that people misunderstand as well is that when you're starting up a business, you're looking at 3 to 5 years before you even start making a profit, which no one talks about. When they sell you their strategies and they're like, come to my course, come this way, come to my course, I'll teach you the strategy, you'll make millions. Yeah, okay, but it's going to take you 20 years to make millions. They forget to tell you that bit. They didn't lie to you, they just didn't tell you the whole truth. Well, they're taking your money to make their millions. But and that is why finding your own discipline and outlining what you exactly want from your business, I feel is what has set me a little bit more on the straight and narrow for what I want to achieve, rather than just chasing illusions, because it's easy to do that, isn't it, Barke?
For you to realize that, for you to actually choose your own, what you really love doing. But at the same time, as a motherhood, like you're saying, you're teaching your child, as you're homeschooling them, and you're also having a business, the management, your time managing, your ensure everything is being juggled at the same time. And then now you're even pushing yourself to start a new venture. And how is that going? How can you even fit in to create with these new projects coming in? Can you tell us a bit about that, please?
I'm not even gonna lie, it is crazy. There's laundry, there's dishes, there's dinner. Sometimes I'm quite lucky because my partner is very supportive, and he will do the dinner, or most of the time he does the dinner, or the laundry gets done. It's not like I have to do everything. We're like a team duo, so family support matters. The nice thing is, when you homeschool, you don't have to run to get to school on time. So if it is that you have to just spend a little bit more time in the morning, you're not bound by anything. But life is beautifully chaotic, because what I plan when I get up in the morning and I sit down and I do my little bit of meditation and see how my day is going to go, it never really goes that way. There's shouting, there's screaming, there's probably a cancellation, and sometimes what you plan to do isn't what you're meant to do. And I feel like now I've learned the hard way to listen to my intuition, or to question when I feel like I'm doing something against what myself is telling me. So you get that little voice inside that says, oh, you really shouldn't do this. You know, when you put that post up, I'll speak about it this way. You know, when you put that post up and you're like, oh, I should have never posted that, or, you know, or you meet a friend and you see him and you're like, oh, I should have said that, or those types of messages I'm learning to listen to. And even though in my business entrepreneurial young mind, it's like, yes, do this today because that is going to end up this way. It's not going to end up that way because that plan is actually against my divine purpose for why I'm actually doing this. And no matter, I wrote a book called Divine Diversion, and no matter how much I believed at that time I was meant to be a soldier, my purpose wasn't that. That might have been part of the journey. It might have been the long way home, but when the plan just doesn't go the way we want it to, I'm trying to learn to breathe and not force the plan to go, because that is not meant to be that way for that time, and that is not destined for what is meant to come out of what we're doing, really. Yeah.
It's very hard for people to know what is that they think, or what is that they, they're supposed to follow, or even just letting go and let things flow. It's very hard because most of the time people just want to control things. So maybe you can give us a tip on how you do that in your daily basis, because oh my goodness, you've got so many things going on and you're still on track. That's amazing. You know what I mean? So that's really good. So by the end of this, I would love to hear, okay, your number 3 tips on how we can actually follow our dreams, but also stay on track on what we're actually doing. So, but for now, I would love to hear about the Network and Grow. What is it about?
Yes. So Network and Grow came about after the pandemic, but it's very personal, very dear to me. And a lot of it is because I met like amazing entrepreneurs like Barke. I met Barke on Clubhouse. People scratch Clubhouse out, go on Clubhouse. I've met some amazing entrepreneurs through Clubhouse. And what was happening during the pandemic was small businesses were taking a hit, and my small business was one of them, because we are a interactive in-person service. And the restrictions caused us to, one, lose a lot of clients. You know, we had to question our income to feed our family. We didn't get very much government support because we didn't have a location, and the list goes on. However, it opened up a desire for me to network with people more, to meet people more. And I went around visiting a couple of networks, see what was happening. But I just couldn't find that network that really inspired me to network, to actually feel like, okay, this is worth doing. What I got was here's my business card, here's your business card sort of feel, and I said, hello, my name is this is my service, done. There wasn't really much genuine feeling for community. So I spoke to a couple of people, Barke being one of them, and I said, I got this idea, and I'm going to call it Network and Grow. And I want to create the authentic East London community. And therefore, almost 5 months later, Network and Grow was born. And even before a big launch, or before this conversation today, we have absolutely gone through so much as a brand new business, as an entrepreneurial venture, that you wouldn't even think was possible. But what we've discovered is that everybody is out there looking for an opportunity to be a part of a community, whether in business or in life. And as I walk out my door every day, I look at East London and I think, what could actually benefit East London? And looking at my own life, I feel like the only thing that has helped me to, not the only thing, the biggest thing that has helped me to impact my mind, to move on to a different way of thinking, a way of seeing life, a different way of perception is business. And something that is very clear in the business community, especially small business community, is the open-mindedness of the entrepreneurs, their willingness to empower the community, to serve the community, and also to inspire the community to give their gift to the world as well. And to be honest, Network and Grow makes a bigger impact on the community based on us showing young people, vulnerable people, all people actually, I can name off different, but actually all people who feel like they don't have a purpose, or they feel like they don't want their life to go down that path that I did not mention. And business gives us insight to what we can actually create for the future. Now, say what you will, but every mother, no matter what color she is, no matter where she comes from, no matter what she believes, if her child runs in the road, she will grab his hand, his hood, his t-shirt, just to stop him from getting run over. And in my head, I would like to create a community that understands that business is the same way. All entrepreneurs would do anything for their business. And sometimes with that anything comes in a lot of sacrifice, a lot of vulnerable sacrifice, where we lose a lot of money, we lose a lot of time, a lot of energy. And I've been there, you know, I've given over £10,000 for a website that didn't get done. And that was merely because I didn't have a community that actually nurtured me and empowered me to grow, that was actually there. And I know people will say, oh, well, you should have looked, you should have researched. But when you're in the grid of it, and everybody's just grabbing your money, you know, and you're just a target, you do whatever people tell you to strategize your business. And I saw that over and over, and I experienced it, those offers over and over. And I was like, no, something needs to change here. You know, all the horror stories need to turn into success stories by creating something like this. So Network and Grow, like I said, the new catchphrase is the authentic East London community for the members, by the members, without rambling. Barking.
I am so glad that, you know, you did experience some negative aspects of having a business and growing, but still stuck at the same time within that way of learning. You've gained a lot of experience within that. Now is sharing that knowledge with everyone else and actually empower rather than talking and complaining. You actually want to make a difference in other people's lives. Now, what also I'm hearing is that you want to bring community together. You want to bring these business people to actually understand that there is other ways we can work together. There is promoting in yourself, but also in helping other person. So it's kind of like give and take at the same time, if I'm getting that right. Now,
100, yes.
I would ask as well is that for you to actually come up with this idea, this this project, and do you have because you've got the experience, you've got the work, the people behind you, I'm expecting, and you also, what is the step for you now you want to take, or what is that step you want people to know of your business, but also how to find more information if needed?
This is I just want to touch on this as you brought it up, actually. This is not a one-man band. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, okay, I agree to some extent. Entrepreneurs wear a lot of hats. I get that. However, let's be realistic here. It is impossible for me as an entrepreneur to take care of my finances, to take care of my schedules, to take care of my social media. Dare I go on? And you know why it's impossible? Because I tried. And some of you might say, oh, I've got everything together. My business is perfect and I do everything myself. Great, good for you. But there are other people who are experts in this. So I always use this example because entrepreneurial journeys aren't meant to be one-man bands at all. And if you think about a big corporate company, let's go with the bankers. Yeah, let's go with Barclays Bank, for example. Now, Barclays Bank has a whole branch of people just working on social media. Okay, just that. And then they have another branch of people just working on writing terms and conditions. And then they have a different person dealing with their finances. And these companies are huge companies. Now, I'm not saying that all small businesses should come together and create one big corporation. I'm saying that these people are successful because they mastered the art of working together, of collaborating people's skills. Now, Network and Grow is based on the members working together and actually supporting each other in each other's business. So me at We All Fit, I'm looking for a social media expert. Where do I go? I go to Network and Grow to look for a social media expert. I know that person because we meet together at events, we go to coffee together, whatever it might be. We meet together online every week, you know, and we learn together, which I feel is different. But also, I go to the social media person's events they host on Network and Grow. Now, the power of this is relationship, because there are thousands of social media experts out there. I have social media experts messaging me from India and New York, and I'm like, you're on the other side of the world. How is this going to help my community in East London? And this is what I think is the big the biggest barrier for us is, so we're so caught up in the social media aspect of it, or looking for the cheapest, and when we've got experts right on our doorstep that probably aren't getting work, or you know, they're looking for businesses to help, but there's not that connection. So at Network and Grow, we're merely the facilitator that brings members together, but allows members to express the uniqueness of their entrepreneurial skills and their ventures, their experience to other members. And then you just create your perfect East London sustainable venture. And people are like, oh, that's logical. That makes loads of sense. But for some reason, it's not really happening. And I think at Network and Grow, we're tapping into why. And which is why we want to try and, no, we're not trying, which is why we want to offer these East London entrepreneurs the safety and the space to actually give to the world without feeling like they're wasting their time just going and pitching at events, or just turning up and sitting there instead of listening to each other. They're getting ready their notes. You can see them on the Zoom call, getting ready their notes for what they're going to say. And as soon as they finish speaking, they leave. You know, we've all been there. And I just felt like it wasn't where I wanted to be. And when I started speaking to people like Barke and co-founder Carly and a few other people, they felt the same way. And I thought, okay, if we 5 people feel this way, there must be more people feel this way. And now it doesn't become about members just coming in and pitching. It becomes about members and entrepreneurs having the space and the opportunity to actually practice in their business, to actually be active and get benefit for their business, rather than just being there and hoping for the best. You know, there's this opportunity to learn, there's opportunity to experience, but there's also opportunity to earn money, you know, which is because if you're in business and you're not earning money, apparently it's not a business, I've heard. So Mm.
There's no income.
Mm.
We all
You
need
know?
that kind of standing, and also in
It's breaking up a little bit,
what
Barky.
what I'm saying is that we have business people coming together, and not just
Oh, it's breaking up, Barky. No. Barky? Oh, it's back. It's really
is
breaking up.
there a route for someone who wants to connect as a East London entrepreneur?
Mm. Yeah, and I think until Barky comes back in, I think I understand the question a little bit. Is the power of community is very much underestimated, and yes, so is there routes for East London entrepreneurs for them to follow in networking? 100%. Yeah, and I do feel like I wouldn't say there is a set way of networking. I would say there is it depends on what you're looking for, because some people like to network that way with the pitch and just go on their way, and however, from a service perspective, people want to build an element of trust with you when it comes to services. And we've all experienced that service that we wish we didn't sign up for, right? Which I think is important for us to understand, that when we're buying a service, or when we're actually actively using someone's service, we're not actually benefiting from the service. We're benefiting from what the person is giving us from within themselves. And the same when it comes with products. Now, products is a little bit easier because you can just buy a cup of coffee and go on your way. And if you didn't like the coffee, you don't go back there anymore. Or you could give feedback. But sometimes it's a bit easier. But in the terms of me buying from a social media expert or getting a website done to save me wasting £10,000 on a dodgy service deal, I should have got to know that person. You know, I should have got to know. And with Network and Grow, we actually get in touch with people that align with passion for entrepreneurial success. And like I said in the beginning, not the success where you want to drive a Lamborghini to work, or, you know, it all looks different. Maybe you want to take your kids for a holiday for the first time, or, you know, maybe you just want to buy something for yourself for once with your own money, you know, and not feel so stressed out at night over how much something is going to cost you, like your council tax, whatever. But I think that, if I may, Barke, I would just outline what we've got here. You know, with collaboration being relevant and communication being key in business, connecting with people that align passionately with you will not only empower their business, but it will also empower your business. And this is where the tree starts growing, you know, and it starts branching out, and there's success for everybody. I would like to share that you can connect with Network and Grow. We've got a little website called Network and Grow Limited. You can find us online. You can check us out on Facebook, Network and Grow Limited. We are based in East London, and we support East London entrepreneurs. So if you are an East London entrepreneur that aligns with anything I'm saying, maybe you're tired of sitting on social media all day making reels and no one buying your stuff, or maybe you're just constantly paying to send out flyers and no one's coming back to you. Get in touch with us and find out about our memberships. Our memberships, we do have membership offers, okay? And at the moment, for £109.99, you can become a member. And there's also opportunities for you to meet other businesses, to grow your business, and come to network and events within that branch. With everything we offer, the retail price for you as a member would normally be £559 if you did all the stuff we do for you for the £109. So we save you 400 quid plus, okay? And you can learn more about that through us or on our website. And we also, which is a nicer offer, if you have entrepreneurial skills that you want to offer and you want to host your courses, and you want to be a very active member in educating the community at Network and Grow, for £129.99, you get a retail value of £1,936 per month, resources, access, opportunities. How do I know that it costs this much? Because I've been there. I've paid £2,000 a month. And when I started talking with these guys, I was like, there's no need for people to pay this. We could do this together, and just get people to pay 129 and actually learn and earn as they're going through it. So if you do get time, just check out our website. But we are a very face-to-face company. Just send us a message and somebody will connect with you on a call to explain it all, because otherwise you'll have me babbling here all day about Network and Grow. You can find us Instagram and Facebook, or you can send us an email at networkandgrow@outlook.com. Nice and easy. Yes, Barke did mention before, so I'm going to share 3 tips on how we can keep with our business and family. Oh my goodness, life is absolutely beautiful sometimes. Sometimes it's chaotic. First one is forgive yourself always. Always. it might look like I got everything together on social media. Trust me, I do not. I do not have everything together. Um, no 2 days are perfect. No 2 moments are absolutely perfect. I can go from, yes, it's a great day. We learned maths today to me screaming at the top of my lungs, as a mum. So always forgive yourself is my number one. Forgive yourself always because you carry that bag with you. If you think of yourself in a certain way, you will live up to that idea you have about yourself. And second one, I'm gonna say make time for the fun stuff. I get it. In the first 5 to 7 years, it is grind, but this whole idea about work hard, play later, rah, work, stay up, don't go to sleep, 4 hours sleep. No, make time for the fun stuff. Look, you became an entrepreneur to be free, not to be a slave. You know, go to the forest, go to the beach, take time for a holiday. And I'm happy to say that for the first time in 2 years, we're actually going to take a proper holiday, which is nice. And I had to learn that self had to be first, rest has to be first, you know. And my third one, I'm going to say is if, and this might be a hard one for people to come to grips with. If within your heart you feel that you wouldn't want to be treated that way or you wouldn't want that done to you, then carry that into your business. Take that personality of love into your business. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes it can get foggy when we're on the money chase. And we can neglect our family, we can neglect our health, we can neglect our hygiene, all sorts. Just think for a moment, if you were someone else using this business or using your products, who would you like to be buying from? You know, how would you like them to treat you? How would you like them to treat themselves for you to want to buy from them? And do that. Do exactly that. For what you're looking for in the world, be that. And I hope that there would be love because that's all we're really looking for. And I hope this helps. That's my 3 tips without being so boring on the business side because I'm like you, Barke. I feel like business is all about self when you're an entrepreneur and it has to come from self, you know?
Yes, and that's the main thing. I am so grateful and I'm so happy to have you into this platform and to hear what us as an entrepreneur lifestyle is, the reality of it, not just what we've been told of what it should be. And then we get so scared of doing it because we're like, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to keep up with it. And for those 3 tips, it actually shows that, oh my goodness, we have something for ourselves and we can make something in our lives and do what we love doing, and so that's the main thing. But we learned so many things today about community, about coming together and working together and being one and understand and grow with each other's help. As you can see, being a mother doesn't stop you. Being Having a family shouldn't stop you. You should always connect and you should always have that ability to grow and wanting to grow. So hello children, how you doing?
Say hello, say hi. They're with me all the time.
So I would
Um,
like to appreciate for your time to give us today, and also we would love to invite you back for next time to see the growth of your business, but also yourself as an entrepreneur, and also to see what life make, what difference does it make from where we are right now to where we're going to be in the near future. Thank you so much, Danielle, and for your lovely children as well for joining us.
I had to show. See, I had to show the proof of this. It's not all glory and as beautiful as people show. Barake, thank you so much, and thank you for being a pinnacle at Network and Grow. We're so blessed to have you on board with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And for everybody else, I just want to say thank you, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.